Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back for our fourth day along the Tantric path in practice. Today, we're going to start moving into an experience with the sun. Sun practices are more enlivening than moon practices. They are connecting us very tangibly with prana. And the emphasis of the sun practices, there are sort of two of them. One is to create expansion so that we're expanding our capacity to be in relationship with prana, even expanding our access and our ability to utilize power. And the other aim of a sun practice is to allow for a dawning of higher awareness. And this is really becoming sensitive to developing intimacy with prana as the palpable, tangible aspect of divine consciousness and divine creative energy that we get to be in relationship with. So we will pause periodically throughout the practice, usually after something that might be considered a slightly more intense experience, so that we have the opportunity to feel the impact. And I'll invite you at that time just to notice whatever there is to notice. There might be a subtle tingling sensation somewhere in the body. There might be a sense of presence or light or spaciousness. A lot of the sensations that I got very early on as I was starting to develop sensitivity to prana reminded me a lot of the sensations that I would actively cultivate when I was a kid playing. So when we're little kids, we have a lot more sensitivity, a lot more relationship with things that the mind can't easily explain. So I remember hanging upside down on the monkey bars or spinning around in circles or doing cartwheels or whatever it was, because it felt so cool then to experience energy moving through my body in new and different ways. It's not so different from that. So try not to dismiss any aspect of your experience just because it's familiar. Prana has been with us since the beginning. It will be with us until the end. It is familiar. So now we're just trying to bring more and more appreciation, gratitude, reverence to what is already familiar and develop the kind of relationship where we can depend more on one another, as opposed to it just being sort of an arbitrary experience. I have a monkey crawling up my leg again. And then Finny is trying to teach him how to knife. Right, Finny? Okay, we'll see how this goes. So go ahead and come onto your mat. We're going to start out on our back. You can have the knees bent, the feet on the floor. Go ahead and just bring the arms up alongside the ears. The elbows can be soft. Coming into a fairly passive back bend experience here. Allow the body to be soft. And begin to bring awareness into the breath, and specifically for this practice, a little bit more into the space of the rib cage and the heart. You're still breathing diaphragmatically. Just a little more awareness of this quality of expansion in and around the space of the heart, both the front side, back side, and side body. Just a few more breaths here, and particularly bringing our attention to the experience of inhale. And then gently bring the arms back down by your sides and start to move through a dynamic twist. So feel stay about a distance apart, parallel to one another. Arms by the side, palms facing down for now. On an inhale, press into the feet, start to float the pelvis up. Let the arms come up alongside the ears. Press the back of the head into the mat. Feel a subtle expansion through the heart, and on exhale, gently release back down. So let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lifting through the pelvis, reaching the sternum and collarbone upward toward the roof of the mouth or the crown of the head. And exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. This time, let's lift the pelvis to keep the arms as they are. Inhale, press upward, drawing the tailbone toward the knees. Roll the thighs internally so that it feels as though you're pressing down through the inner arch of the foot a little more. Soften the glutes and activate the hamstrings. And then either hold the outer edges of the mat, or if it's comfortable, bring the hands together underneath the back. Maybe gently roll the shoulders under. Be soft with this experience. It's still early, but just create the opportunity for a little more expansion in the space of the heart, and use the breath to emphasize that growth. One more breath here. On your exhale, you can release the hands, roll the shoulders out from under you, and then release back down. Give yourself a moment just to notice. And then bring the feet a little wider apart, arms out to the side like cactus arms or goalpost arms. Just gently windshield wipen. Knees can come back up through to the center. One way or another, find your way to your hands and knees. I like to kind of rock up, cross the legs, and roll up and over the top. If you can roll off the side, whichever you prefer. Once you get to the hands and the knees, you can start to move gently through cow and cat. Inhaling to glide the collarbones forward, lifting through the crown of the head and the tailbone. Maybe a brief pause at the top of the in-breath. And then exhale, gently release. Inhale again, draw the heart forward, lifting through the crown and the tail. Maybe a gentle pause at the top of the in-breath. And exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling to release. Inhale, expanding. And exhale to release. But on the next inhale, come to a neutral spine. And on the exhale, start to take the hips around in big circles. So bigger than the pelvic circles that we've done earlier in the week. This is an opportunity to get more of the body involved. Loosening up through the major joints. And bringing potentially even more of a massage, churning quality into the space of the belly. When you're ready, switch directions. Once more. And then come back through to a neutral tabletop position. Let's tuck the toes. Take an inhale here on the hands and knees, and on exhale, float the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lower the knees and lower the chin and the chest. Inhale to draw the heart through for a baby cobra. Exhale and release all the way to child's pose. In child's pose, tuck the toes under, press into the hands. Exhale, lift the hips directly to downward facing dog. Easier said than done. Inhale, roll forward again. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Good. Inhale, draw the heart through. Cobra. Exhale, release to child's pose. With the toes tucked, take one more in-breath. Press into the hands, exhale to down dog. Inhale, roll forward. On exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to child's pose. With the toes tucked, enjoy one more inhale. Exhale, down dog. One more time like that. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin. Try to bend the elbows straight. Inhale, find cobra. Exhale, release to child's pose. Tuck the toes, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in down dog a moment. Invite the inhale to create expansion through the entire rib cage. One more full breath. From here, if it's comfortable, on an inhale, float your right leg up and back. Let the hip open, and on an exhale, just bend, stretch, create some space in whatever way feels good to you. Release that leg. Give yourself a moment in down dog. And then we'll switch and use the other leg, floating it up on an inhale. And on an exhale, bending, stretching, rolling the hip open, whatever creates a little bit of release of resistance. And wherever resistance or tension is released, there's the opportunity for expansion for growth. Go ahead and set that foot down. Another breath in downward facing dog. Let the shoulder blades melt down the back. Wrap the triceps toward the mat. Float the pelvis up and back. And then inhale, lift onto the heels, off of the heels, pardon me, onto the toes, soften the knees and look toward the hands. On an exhale, step lightly to the top. Feet about hip distance apart, parallel to one another. Bring the hands behind your back, either back the palms, or if it's available, palms together, interlace the fingers. A little bit of a bend in the elbows. Try to pull the triceps away from the back of the ribs. Press down through both feet, and on the inhale, let's lift halfway. Press the spine a little further into the body by lifting the hands away from the back. And on exhale, gently release. Again, inhale to lift halfway, maybe a slight pause at the top of inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Once more. Inhale, lift halfway. Subtle pause at the top of the in-breath. Exhale, release, and slide the arms down the backs of the legs. On the next inhale, rise to stand. Reach for the sky. Little bit of a lift through the collarbones. And on exhale, release the arms down by your side. Now just breathe and notice. Very good. Feet about hip distance, basically parallel to one another. On an inhale, let's bend both knees and sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, soften the knees and slide the left foot back. Keep the heel off of the mat, so we're in a crescent lunge. Let's soften both knees, and then inhale, sweep the arms up alongside the ears. Drop the tailbone. Exhale, straighten both legs and bring the arms down by your side. Inhale, bend both knees, arms sweep up. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms. We'll do that 2 more times. Full in-breath. Soft out-breath. Once more. Good. On the next inhale, bend both knees again. On the exhale, draw the tailbone a little further down and then start to take the back leg towards straight. Keep lifting up through the ribs. Breathe into the front side body. One more inhale. And on an exhale, release to plank, stepping the right foot back. Inhale to pitch forward. On exhale, either lower all the way or only halfway to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Take your time, especially if you're moving from cobra. And then give yourself a chance to be with the breath. And on the next inhale, let's float the left heel up and back. And on the exhale, lightly lunge the foot through, maybe coming up onto the fingertips the way I like to be. Soften both knees and inhale, sweep the arms up. Drop the tailbone. Exhale, straighten both legs, arms down. Moving dynamically a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're coming to a static variation now. So inhale back into the lunge. On the exhale, try to draw the tailbone a little further under you and then take that back leg towards straight. Keep lifting up through the wrist, stretching into the front side of the body, as though the heart that exists within, the sun, pardon me, that exists within the heart and the sun that exists within the sky are able to connect with one another here in this posture. One more in-breath. On the exhale, bring the hands forward, step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. On the next inhale, rise to stand. Little bit of a back bend at the top. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Give yourself a moment just to be here. On the next inhale, we'll come back into armchair pose. On exhale, let's sweep the arms around to Garudasana, bringing the right arm on top of the left. Draw the shoulder blades down, press the elbows forward, lift through the fingertips. And then let's bring the left leg on top of the right. Let's sink a little bit more deeply into that posture if it's available. And then use the arm bind here to help create more space in and around the space of the heart. As though the arms are creating leverage to help you open up through both the front and back side body. One more breath here. Good. Release the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, soften the arms down by your sides. Enjoy your breath. Inhale back into your chair. Exhale, sweep the arms around again for Garudasana. Left arm on top of the right this time. Drop the shoulder blades. Gently press the elbows forward and then lift through the fingertips. If you'd like to play with the legs as well, sweep the right leg up and over. Find a little internal rotation through the thighs. Sink fairly deeply into the bend in the knees and then maybe tuck the right toes around the left calf or shin. But now use again the leverage of the arms here to create more space through the front and back sides of the heart. Really utilizing the breath to create expansion 2 more times. And we'll release the legs and inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, gently fold. Inhale, lift halfway. On the exhale, soften the knees again. Slide the right foot back, this time for warrior one. So roll the heel down, square the hips. And inhale to rise. Good. On the exhale, let's spin the arms behind the back. Interlace the fingers. And then if it's possible, let go of the thumb side of that grip. Flip the palms back behind you. Press the shoulder blades into the back body. Shine the palms out behind you. Lift up through the chest. Firm through the belly and try to soften the tailbone down. A little lift of the chin, gazing above the horizon. Full inhales, maybe a brief retention of the breath at the top. One more in-breath. On the out-breath, the palms can come back together as we hinge forward into a posture that I like to call humble warrior, bowing the head, letting the knuckles float skyward. Be with the breath. One more breath. And let's release the hands. On an inhale, sweep the arms forward, lift. On the exhale, release to plank. Inhale to hinge forward. Exhale, a vinyasa of your choice, either through cobra or upward facing. Give yourself a moment once you get to your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, float the right heel up and back. Exhale to lunge the foot through, setting up once again for warrior one, rolling the left heel to the mat, square to hips. Inhale, arms to the ears, rise. Exhale, arms behind the back. So same idea here. Release the thumbs, flip the palms back behind you. Try to draw the tailbone a little further down. Firm the belly for support and stability. Lifting the palms back, lifting the collarbone and sternum up, delicately lifting through the chin, breathing into the heart space. Soft face. Eyes resting above the horizon. One more in-breath. On the exhale, palms can face one another again as you gradually hinge forward. Try to anchor your weight and energy into that left foot. As you bow the head, maybe the knuckles float a bit closer to the sky. Cultivating here steadiness and ease. One more breath. Release the hands. On an inhale, sweep the arms forward and lift. On the exhale, reach forward, step the back foot to the top of the mat, forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and stay a moment. Give the nervous system, the breath, the body, the mind a chance to settle. On the next inhale, let's rise all the way up. And exhale, release the arms. Just be with the breath. Once again, as though there is a personalized sun beaming out from the center of the heart. From here, feet about hip distance apart. Draw the shoulder blades down. Root down through the right foot and take a hold of the pinky toe side of the left foot. If it's more comfortable, you can wrap the hand around toward the inner arch. Start by just drawing the tailbone and sits bones down while attempting to keep the knees relatively close together. Stretching into the quadricep, a little bit into the hip flexor. On an inhale, scoot the right arm up alongside the right ear. And on an exhale, very gently start to kick the foot into the left hand. Extend the sternum out in front of you. Keep lifting through the crown of the head. Finding a bit of a back bend, heart space open. Prioritize the fullness of the in-breath here. So if the posture gets too big, you might compromise the breath. Avoid that. Gentle expansion. Cultivating opportunities for growth. One more inhale. And on the exhale, with some grace, release. And be with the breath. Notice. Very good. From here, let's lift the left arm. Take a hold of the right foot. You can choose the grip and you're welcome to adjust it at any point. Start by bringing the knees together and then trying to draw the tailbone down. Stay here a moment. And when you feel ready, to the extent that feels good for you at this time, begin to kick the foot gently into the hand, reach the sternum forward, keep the collarbones lifting, keep lifting through the crown of the head. Prioritize fullness of the in-breath and steadiness of the out-breath. Gently cultivating expansion and opportunity for growth. One more inhale. And on exhale, with some grace, release. And again, just notice. On the next inhale, let's come back into Utkatasana. And on an exhale, simply release into a forward fold. Inhale to lift gently halfway. Exhale to step back to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to find cobra. Exhale, release and bring your right cheek to the ground. From here, let the arms just extend alongside the body, palms facing up. Relax. Breathe. Notice. Left cheek to the mat. Few more breaths here. Bring the head back through to the center, palms under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hands and knees. On exhale, round the spine to cat. Inhale again, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round through cat, find child's pose. If it's possible, let the forehead rest on the ground. And maybe sweep the arms gently behind the back, just holding on to your own wrist. Be here with the breath for a moment. Opening up through the back side of the heart. Continuing to cultivate expansion. Let's bring the hands out in front of us again. Inhale, return to the hands and knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, back to counter face. Go ahead and pedal the feet a few times. And then on an inhale, lightly sweep the right leg up and back. On an exhale, lunge the foot forward to the outside of the right. Feel free to lower the knee. Let the pelvis get heavy. Draw the collarbones forward. And then just be here a moment. If this is plenty, stay as you are. If you'd like a little bit more, you can bring a little bit more of the weight into the left hand, flex the left foot, and begin to bring the heel up toward the tush. Right hand can come onto the right knee, find a little bit of a twist. Either just extend the right arm up or reach it back. taking a hold of the foot and gently drawing the heel in toward your seat. Try to make sure that you don't cave in through the heart space. Stay nice and open, front and back side. Full breath. Soft and steady. Go ahead and release the foot. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. And step back to downward facing dog. Option to remain in down dog for a moment, or if you want to flip, float the right leg up, soften both knees, and set the right toes down behind you. Lift the pelvis and extend the right arm alongside the right ear. One more breath. And then release once again to your downward facing dog. As you're ready, inhale and lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, lunge the foot forward to the pinky finger side of the left hand. Again, feel free to soften the knee down, let the pelvis become heavy. Just release here into the gentle flow of gravity. Once again, option to remain if this is more than enough. Otherwise, you can bring some weight into the right hand, flexing the right foot, draw the heel in toward your tush. Maybe start by cultivating a little bit of a twist in the spine, extending the arm and potentially back. Try not to cave into either the front or back side of the heart. And just be here with the breath. One more breath. Flexing the foot to release it. Left arm up and move. Step the left foot back once again to downward facing dog. Option to stay in down dog or float the left leg up. Soften both knees and let the left toes come down behind you. Press upward through the pelvis and extend the left arm alongside the left ear. Easy does it. One more inhale. And on an exhale, gently release once again to downward facing dog. And find some symmetry and some steadiness here. On the next inhale, simply lower the knees. And on exhale, sit back on the feet. Rest the backs of the hands on the thighs. Soften the shoulders, lengthen the spine. At this point, consciously relax the belly and begin to return to diaphragmatic breath. Getting ready to lie down now. Bring the legs out in front. Reach forward a touch. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, roll back. Draw your right thigh in towards your belly and gently give it a little squeeze. Option to keep the left leg as it is, or let the left knee just open gently to the side. Go ahead and set the right foot down on the mat. Lift the left knee up if it's flopped open. And then draw the left thigh in to the belly. Right foot can stay as is, or the knee can fall open to the side. Stay with the breath and try to be as effortless here as you can be, except for the engagement of the biceps, hugging the thigh into the chest. Again, set the left foot down. Lift the right knee. Bring the feet a little wider than mat width and let the knees rest against one another. Toes healed in slightly. Arms can come out to the side like cactus arms or goalpost arms once again. And just breathe. Once again, windshield wiper the knees. If the body is craving a slightly deeper twist, help yourself to that. If you've twisted, give yourself one more symmetrical posture, like Apanasana. Give yourself a moment to come back into balance. And then release to Shavasana. Settle in, becoming soft, supple, and receptive. Just as a sunflower always manages to turn its face to the sun, to receive the nourishment, the energy, the encouragement needed to blossom, to bloom, to produce life. Turn the face of the heart to the sun. Open up and receive. In the interest of growth and spiritual evolution. Enjoy a few more full breaths with awareness pouring in at the center of the heart. And then release into effortlessness and enjoy Shavasana. If this is as far as you're going today or for now, rest in Shavasana for at least 10 minutes. If you will be joining us right away for the rise, stay here in Shavasana for 2 or 3 more minutes before you click over, and then you're welcome to continue to rest quietly until we begin to chant our prayers.